You're banned from the family beach house forever. My stepmother Linda's voice was ice cold through the phone after I'd apparently crossed some invisible line at my dad's 70th birthday party last weekend. The locks are changed, Maya. After what you said to my sister about the family finances, you're clearly not ready to be part of this family. I was sitting in my car outside First National Bank, staring at the stack of documents I'd just picked up from the fraud department. My hands were actually shaking as I held the phone. Actually, Linda, that timing works out perfectly for me. Excuse me, I just left the bank. Turns out when Dad put my name on all his accounts as emergency contact last year after his heart attack, I automatically get copies of every single statement and transaction. Dead silence on the other end. Did you know there have been exactly $57,000 in transfers to something called Sunset Renovations LLC over the past 8 months, all approved with Dad's electronic signature? That's for essential house repairs on the beach property. Here's the funny thing about that, Linda. I called Sunset Renovations this morning, spoke to 3 different people. None of them have ever heard of you, Dad, or any beach house project. I could hear her breathing getting faster. But I did find out some very interesting information about who actually owns Sunset Renovations LLC. Your brother Tony, the same Tony who's supposedly been helping with beach house maintenance out of the goodness of his heart. Maya, you don't understand the full situation. Oh, I understand the situation perfectly. You've been systematically funneling Dad's retirement savings to your family through completely fake invoices. The bank's fraud investigation team was extremely interested when I walked in there with all the paperwork this morning. The sound of a car door slamming came through the phone, followed by heavy footsteps on what sounded like gravel. What was that noise, Linda? Nothing important. That wouldn't happen to be Dad getting home from his cardiology appointment, would it? You know, the one where Dr. Peterson told him his new medication is going to cost $800 a month. The same medication Dad's been cutting his pills in half to make them last longer because he thinks his insurance won't cover the full amount. Her voice started to crack. Maya, please, we can discuss this reasonably. I already called him an hour ago, Linda. Told him he needed to sit down and check his bank statements very carefully tonight. All of them, going back 12 months. Look, we can work this out between family. The time for working things out was before you decided to steal from a 70-year-old man with diabetes and heart problems. The time for family discussions was before you forged his signature on withdrawal forms. I could hear muffled voices in the background now. Dad's voice getting louder and more confused. You know what the really sick part is, Linda? For the past 6 months, Dad's been telling me how guilty he feels that he can't help pay for my student loans. I already called him Staffor, and Dr. his limeas, so can't lot shoon. How he wishes he had more money to leave me and my kids when he's gone. All while you were stealing his future right out from under him. This is all a misunderstanding. The district attorney's office doesn't think it's a misunderstanding. They think it's elder abuse and wire fraud. Federal charges, Linda. The front door opening was clearly audible through the phone now. He's going to ask you about those bank statements I printed out and left on his kitchen table, Linda. The ones showing every single fraudulent withdrawal with timestamps and your IP address. Alexandra, I can pay him back. My name is Maya, Linda. You can't even get that right after 3 years. And paying him back doesn't undo felony fraud. I started my car and put it in drive, feeling lighter than I had in months. But thank you so much for changing those locks on the beach house. It'll make it much easier for the police to serve you with the restraining order and the warrant. Dad's voice was getting much louder now, demanding immediate answers about his missing money. Goodbye, Linda. I hope your brother Tony got good use out of Dad's retirement fund. I hung up and drove toward home, where my kids were waiting for dinner. Some family is worth fighting for, some isn't.